Hi everyone, we're ROMbi, and today we're reviewing Shizuku Sephora from the Christmas batch, and she's the Dragon Rider. I'm so excited to see her return. She's cute.
Yeah, so Shizuku is... Okay, so right now she's rated an A+ on Famitsu, but previously she was rated about the same as Tetra Dragon Rider. So the main differences between Shizuku and Tetra are that Shizuku has more survivability, but less damage.
Right. So with Tetra, you could do something called staging, which is where when you use a beam attack, which is her second skill, you could shift it a little bit on and off the monster, and it would do a significant amount more damage. Unfortunately, Shizuku doesn't have the beam capability, so her staging abilities... Well, she doesn't have any staging abilities, so she does significantly less damage.
Yes, but Shizuku does have a counter ability, which does sort of act like a shield.
And we'll talk about that in a bit. So, let's talk about her art. Isn't she adorable?
So, in her art, her weapon looks much prettier. In real life, it's kind of like a yellow blob.
Yeah, so where the flowers are, when you upgrade it all the way, the flowers, instead of being colorful, become yellow, and so it kind of just looks like a pom-pom at the end of her sphere, and it's much larger. It's, like, much larger than, like, you think it is. So that's the only, like, downside of her weapon, but other than that, she's really cute. Her dragon's really cool. Everything about her is cool. I'm kind of sad she's not a memorial character, but I'm kind of happy she's not a memorial character because I got the chance to get her now. Anyway... So, her leader skill is Moonlight Guidance.
And it will increase damage, and it will increase Dragon Rider damage moderately, and technical type damage considerably.
Which is pretty cool. Difficult to use, I would say.
Yeah, because you do need to match those types.
To maximize on the leader skill.
Yeah, but these types of leader skills have become a lot more prominent recently with the introduction of Charlotte and Ogre. I think they were the first ones to have such a leader skill.
Right. So we'll be seeing probably more leader skills like this. Her passive skills are Boost Action Speed plus 30%.
Boost Attack Speed.
Boost Attack Speed plus 30%. Counter Attack plus 100%. And Slay Water Boost plus 100%.
So the Slay Water Boost is similar to Tetra's in that it will stack up to 20 times, so you can get a plus 2,100%
damage.
Water damage. Not plus 200.
A grand total of 2,100%
water damage. And then the counterattack plus 100%, it means that her damage when she has her counter buff up is plus 100%, I believe.
Her counter comes with her first action skill, Dragon Fall Flash, which is hard to say, and it costs 25 SP, relatively cheap. Although a little bit more expensive than I expect barrier skills to be, but it's relatively cheap anyway. It deals water damage to the enemy and grants 1 counterattack when hit. And this works sort of in the same way a barrier does, where if you get hit, you negate all damage. But in her case, she does another attack on top of that. And it's really strong. And it does it full animation motion. It's really, really cool.
Her second action skill is Moon-Filled Haze. And it will deal water damage to the enemy. And it also deals an increased amount of damage to warrior-type enemies. You can move the skill. It is similar to her original skill, except instead of slashes, it's sort of like pulses of
water.
And it will cost 55 SP.
Right. So it's pretty cool. Shizuku is pretty cool. We'll see how she goes, right?
Yeah.
I do want to mention that her art is really cute, and the fact that she has Isami in the background makes me really happy.
Yeah, and it's really pretty because the sky is really nice too.
Yeah, it just kind of like matches her entire motif, and then Isami's really awesome because like
he's really cool.
He's really cool. I mean, he was the OP archer of the day, and now he's back. Although he doesn't have a new like updated like outfit, he's still super cool.
And then Shizuku's drunk.
Probably.
Probably.
Most likely. And it's kind of nice because they're kind of like Santa Claus. They're kind of like flying through the sky, enjoying the festivities. All right, let's try her out.
Okay, so here we are.
And you can see our dragon flying around. It's pretty cool. Again, dragon riders get don't get damaged by floor traps, I think. So, like, spiky spikes?
They do. They just don't get affected by the...
conveyor belts,
conveyor
that's it.
belts, yes.
Alright, so her normal attack is around...
225, 250-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this is her first skill. It shoots out a sort of long slash. And then this is her counter buff. It looks like a glowy aura
sort of around her. And the nice thing about her passive is that you can see her attack is now increased considerably, now to 500, 480, which means that her passive basically gives her 100...
It's plus 100% damage when you have the counter buff on.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to use the first skill again, and this time I'm going to activate the counter. So this is what the counter... Okay, it missed. But this is what the counter will look like. She jumps up into the air and does a slash.
Right, and it's basically an AoE attack. The nice thing is she doesn't get hurt during her counter at all. It is, in essence, a barrier.
Yeah, so here is her second skill. You can see that it is shooting out, like, not beams, like balls of water.
Mm-hmm. And it's totally movable.
Yeah, so I can control it, and it's not connected, hence why you can't do staging, but it does have a very long range, much longer compared to Tetra's breath attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a water skill, or water attribute damage buff. As you can see right now, my water damage is now at 265. When previously... we first started, it was about... I don't know.
It's much lower. I think it was in the hundreds.
Yeah. So now...
It's 500. It's 5,000.
It's much higher. So that is Shizuku.
The hard part about Shizuku is the fact that if you don't have a weapon that does water damage, you won't be able to activate her slay abilities. As you can see in this particular example, if we have a wooden sword, she's not activating her water slay effect unless she's using her first skill or her second skill.
Yeah, so although most of the time when you want to do damage, you will be using one of your skills anyway, but if you're just trying to clear regular mobs and you don't want to waste your SP, then you do want to get a water attribute weapon.
And there should be a few out already. And there is a free one right now in the Dragon Quest, because Etheria? No. Not Etheria.
Excelia.
Excelia's weapon does do water damage, so you can get one for free. The hard part about Shizuku is when you want her to do damage, right? You must use her skill, but her skills are actually a little bit more expensive. It's not actually like super spammable, and because the way Dragon Riders are set up, they don't attack fast enough to regain a lot of SP. So you do want to walk that balance of being able to use her skills and, doing normal damage. Definitely her counter helps with that because she gets that buff.
Yeah, so one of the good aspects of Shizuku is that if you pair her with her weapon, she can get up to attack speed plus 60%, because her weapon gets you up to 30% with a slay boost for attack speed, and she has an innate passive of attack speed plus 30%, so that will greatly increase your chance of regenerating your SP.
Right. So that's Shizuku. I really like her. I like her sprite, too, because her dragon doesn't actually have connected wings. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, and so it's definitely different from the other Dragon Riders, because when you're actually, moving, there aren't any flappy wings, either.
Right, which actually threw me off when I first started playing Shizuku, because I'm used to the flappy Dragon Riders, and so she kind of just glides forwards, which I guess, in all animations, Dragon Riders just glide, right?
And I mean, the dragon that she's riding is a more Asian-themed dragon, which don't actually have wings anyways.
So, kind of interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, she's really good.
She's really powerful.
The most wanted out of the first Christmas batch.
Second.
Oh, yes, the second one.
This is the second Christmas batch.
I meant the first one that came out recently. And then her counter attack buff is really nice, because it doubles her attack damage while also giving her a protective barrier.
Yeah, so if you guys are willing to spend money on the Christmas batch, Shizuku is definitely the character that you want to try to get. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!